And we're live. Mayo and Chicken Cringe Cab featuring Mr. Ashtray over here.
Mr. Ass.
The ashiest man I've ever met.
Honestly, I'm not even that fucking ashy.
Why are black people ashy?
It's not that bad ashy. I've seen him ashier before. I don't
Yeah.
even know why he was complaining.
What is-
I am mildly ashy right
Buddy,
now.
I can't see this.
What is the ash on blacks? I guess
Well,
white
you have
type
it
too,
too,
which
you
is
just
hidden.
can't
see it.
It's
You
just
can't
hidden.
see it.
What is it? Just
Yeah,
dried
so you
skin?
guys pretend like you don't have it. You're going through life blissfully ignorant. Like a
Well,
bunch
we
of
get
idiots,
sunburns
like,
though.
Oh,
We get sunburns.
And that's why you always
Ashy
see you
until
fucking
fucking-
crackers with cracking skin on your fucking knuckles and your fucking mouth corners and your fucking elbows, and you're like, oh.
And sunburns.
And sunburns.
That's why you guys have the red skin, the red cracky skin, right? Because you guys have a little sheer skin enough.
Yo, shout out Redskins. I actually just got an Every Child Matters sweater. That's
That's a good fucking sweater.
I was gonna wear it today, I forgot.
Washington lost the whole football team over that one.
The worst part is I'm a Washington football team.
But yeah, what are
fan.
they called now?
The
Washington football team, which kind of goes hard, low key. Just the football team.
No, it doesn't.
It's so shit that it's kind of like funny that it's like
No,
it's just
it's
like.
I think it's funny
not
that an
funny at
American
all.
football team got bullied out of a native name. They
A
bullied-
native name.
You guys murdered all
And
the
then you-
fucking people, gave them casinos, and you guys are worried about a fucking game of a football team? Like, this is exactly why you guys will never get potable water. Just you don't have your head in the right game. It's just bullshit.
I got the day off work Thursday for reconciliation to reflect. So,
Oh, nobody, like, none of us can reflect on what happens in the day, so none of us were there. Like, it's the same
but
thing
like with the day
whole-
off work, it'll help me reflect
No.
for sure. I'm gonna get a pack of darts, fucking jerry can.
Newports.
The only darts you should be getting are the ones you can blow out of a fucking tube if you're gonna respect the natives.
Or roll your own, because that's what they do.
No, I bought the. I had the bag full from the
You gotta
reserve.
drink some fire water too, bro.
Either that or airplane fluid.
So much racism to start the
Or
pod.
Listerine.
Just so much racism.
I mean, it's not really
off
racism.
the top.
It's not really racism. It's the negative parts of their community, right? Like, it's like saying like, oh, like in the 80s, like talking about like
So
black
what's
people
on
being against the
positive?
crack. Like, you know, you can't really make the crack statement about blacks now because everybody smokes crack.
What's the positive part of the
About the native community?
Lacrosse
I don't know.
is positive. They made that
Chicago
sport.
Blackhawks or something?
That's very white of you to.
Star Wars.
That's a very white thing to
It's the
have.
only championship any Indian name person's ever gotten.
Nah. They
Good
probably,
rim shot.
I guarantee you there's some fucking lacrosse tournament that like some.
No one gives a fuck about lacrosse. Lacrosse is a badass sport, but it doesn't get the shine.
If it had proper marketing and they got into the inner cities,
like
it's
the
like
WNBA?
Do you think so?
no. I mean, if it got into like inner cities where people
I'm
actually
not quite sure
could
what
get into the sports.
No, honestly, lacrosse can be a really big sport for
It
black
could
people
be.
too.
No,
It's
wait,
cheap.
that's what I mean.
It's cheap.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's on foot, right? So
Yeah.
all you need is your helmet and your stick.
If
right?
it was one of those things that got into like more poorer communities and like so they could understand the game and start playing it, I can see it take it off because it's an entertaining ass sport, like fighting,
Well,
fucking.
it's the thing that I always say. Like once like black people get involved in all the quote unquote white sports, the white athlete dies. You know?
Dies. Look
Well,
at Tiger.
look at Luka
Look at
Doncic.
Lewis Hamilton.
Look at
Seven-time.
But
Seven-time
Luka
champion.
Doncic isn't fucking white
Isn't that
American.
all the
He's
team,
European.
F1 team?
Yeah, F1. And
Do you
know
watch
how rich
F1?
you have to be an F1?
Do you watch everyone?
Not as much.
Who gives a fuck about F1 racing anyway? It's fucking garbage.
A lot of people
What do you
since some
mean?
Netflix
How?
show came out. Some Netflix show came out and then it like
Garbage.
blew up.
Yeah. Driving.
Well,
Yeah,
niggas driving
the-
cars and shit as a fucking sport.
You're an idiot. Where do you think all the technology comes from? In your stupid ass little weak ass car.
Shut up, bro. My car's fucking saucy.
Is there any women F1 drivers?
They're not good enough.
There are, but
They're-
no.
they-
No, they're not. No, there isn't. Not F1.
There's one bitch that drives F1, no?
No, well, not currently.
I think it's like one bitch. She's either black or Middle Eastern.
She might have, and definitely not. No.
In her
She
hijab?
might have came in like very briefly, but no, not currently, and not for the last like mad years, bro. Like it might have been like a one-off thing. Or
Bro, I think all fucking racing is garbage. It's just like street racing. I don't give a fuck about racing.
you're
It's
an
garbage.
idiot. Why?
You know who's a
It's
winner
trash.
though?
It's a trash sport. Like a lot of sports are trash. It's like fucking
I guess.
fucking water polo as an Olympic sport. It's like that's just garbage. Like just cut it out. Shot put. Like,
The
shut
whites,
fuck up.
the whites
Shot
need
put.
something to do.
You know what I mean? I just
It's
don't
not-
care about racing a car. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
especially like, there's no real genuine.
what do you
like,
care more
I
about?
built this. Like, you know what I
F1
mean?
or NASCAR?
Yeah, but you don't-
Neither.
Well,
Neither.
if you had to
If
pick
we're
one.
gonna have that be a thing, it should be
F1.
like
It would be
a
F1.
bunch of guys that own a private garage and are racing. Like I rate
Yeah.
that more because they're building it themselves and racing it themselves. When you
Yeah,
have like,
that's
when you
cool.
have these fucking guys that are like training their whole lives that are 115 pounds to race these fucking cars that are built
small
by
man.
like built by like the fucking top corporations. Like it's not. It doesn't have the same allure to me.
You know what I always thought
It
would be
makes it
fire?
sick when it's like relatable.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I
Like,
always
that's why
thought?
that's about Fast and Furious. It was
Yeah, but here's
relatable.
the
I
thing.
realized I could do this on my own.
If
and
that
get
was the
into it.
thing, no nigga would ever win though.
What do you mean?
No nigga would ever win. We don't have the money to compete with these guys, bro. What would you do when you're getting into it as a kart racer, and then you move up the ranks, and now you're doing the thing?
You know what I would you know what I always thought
You
would be
race for a
sick?
garage that has money.
But yeah,
Like you don't race for like branded concept. You go race for fucking velocity performance. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
I just had
well, no, you said N-words would never win. Lewis Hamilton wins, and that's like literally a rich guy. Only rich people get into that sport. He must have been rich.
He just got his 100th win on Sunday.
I know, but did you see how it happened there? I don't watch it, but I was jumping back from the college, and the guys in the car were like watching on their phone, and this guy was winning, and Lewis Hamilton was back, and he didn't change his tires. They told him to go to the pit to change his tires because of the rain.
Wow.
This guy thought he could hold it, this like newbie guy, and fucking blew it. And Lewis Hamilton came up by like 20 something seconds in the last 4 laps.
Yeah.
I don't even watch racing. But I was like, oh, that just sounds like a rookie move.
Yeah, when I see that shit, bro, like, well, first of all, how many other black drivers have there been? It's just crazy, bro, because it takes a lot of money.
Do you know what I thought would be sick, though, in terms of street racing? I always thought professional street league, if they did, like, block off streets, you know, and it was, like, only street legal cars that people could sign up with.
All cars on the road are pretty much street legal.
But that's what I'm saying, but, like, people's personal whips, like, for this...
Yeah, but someone that
an actual
races in
circuit.
those circuits, or, like, the bigger circuits, is going to take, like, their NASCAR F1 car to put on the road. Like,
No.
Those cars are meant for those tracks because those tracks don't have any fucking debris.
Yeah.
You put an F1 on Eglinton, that shit's fucking done, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's
You know what I
street
mean?
race, an actual street racing league where
Well, that's what I'm
you
saying.
block off lake driveway.
You can only have street legal cars on the streets because those other cars aren't built for these streets.
I told you about this before, dog. I tried race mode on my suspension one time. Only one time, bro. And this was after owning the car for over a year and a half.
What car is this?
This is my M3. I had it for a year and a half. I never tried this thing. And then I tried it. And I drove around the neighborhood and I'm like, bro, you cannot drive with your suspension in race mode. And that's race mode on a sports car. The M3 is only a sports
Speaking
car.
of driving,
It's not a race car.
this motherfucker's got his driving
Bro,
test.
you cannot do this.
Oh, this week.
You can't do it. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
And he's using my whip, that fancy whip I drive.
You're gonna fucking fail. You don't want to drive.
With the duct tape on the bumper and everything.
Yes.
Get it later.
Yes.
You're like a fucking Middle Eastern or brown fucking 4-year-old.
Like your horn work, your blinkers work. Yes, your,
I got
your
fucking
tail
duct
lights
tape
work.
holding it together. I got married the other day. I
And
don't
the
know if I
last time I was in the car.
That's gay.
Did I tell you I got
no,
married?
you didn't. No,
That's why that's like that.
Yeah, no, shit. I forgot it wasn't like that already.
He's just
fuck.
They allow you to do that, but with the bumper being bent, as long as all your fucking shit works, it should be fine.
Yeah, and it's not hanging or anything, right?
No, it just
All the
got
same
worse.
thing.
So what happened is I got rear-ended by this like 75-year-old Afghan dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Pretends to be shocked.
And he was like begging me not to report it. He's like, please.
Pretends to be even more.
Like I said a million times over, like I feel like we need to kill the stereotype of the Chinese being the worst drivers. Brown people, hands down.
Nah.
This guy begged me not to.
I drive in Markham often.
Nah, they're definitely equal, bro.
No.
They're definitely equal.
There's
Oh my
no
God.
bigger terrorists
Yeah,
on the
you're right,
road
still. They don't even
than
drive nice
a
cars.
35 to 55-year-old brown woman, Middle
Yeah, you're
Eastern
right.
or Indian,
You're
in a
right.
fucking Toyota Sienna. Just
Yeah.
pray, say your Alhamdulillah and
Yo,
pray.
Dog, I was
you know what's
They're
crazy?
fucking horrendous.
I was
Me
up-
and Spider's last day here, we made the left off of the 401 from Brock exiting, bro, and we had to ensure right away. And dog, this Toyota Sienna
just came into your lane out of nowhere.
yes, and then I was talking to him about it the day before, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna wear a
Who's
GoPro.
driving? Who?
Okay, so it was a Middle Eastern lady, and the husband was in the passenger seat, like berating her, like, "Are you a fucking idiot?" What? Because I was like, "Are you fucking stupid?" And she literally just came over onto me.
Yo, so this guy that hit
Getting
me,
berated by the driver and her husband.
yes,
Hey,
bro, like,
this guy that
That's
hit
what he
me.
should have done was drive the car, bro.
This
like
guy-
you would have had to do back home.
Well, this guy that facts. But this guy that hit me, I was at a red light uphill. So like this guy hadn't been like giving her to fucking nail me. But he begged me. He's like, I don't think he had insurance. He's like, please sir, don't report this.
Probably
Don't report
not.
this. So I, as a guy, give me some fucking cash. Give me
Buddy, if
$400.
someone tells me not to report it,
buddy.
I'm fucking snitching, dog.
Oh.
Are you stupid? My insurance wants to hear about this.
Buddy, you're just spilling all the beans here, like.
Are you fucking dumb? Oh, you tell me you can't pay for that? Perfect. That's the whole thing. Like, I got hit from behind once by this fucking white guy, this like teenage white guy, probably like 19 or so. And he's just like, oh, can we sell this outside? Like, not involve insurance? I'm like, buddy, you can't pay for this.
Is that the 530?
No, it's my My S6 I have right now.
Oh, yes. The small little.
Yeah, what did he drive?
It was I mean, he scuffed out. There's a little crack in the bumper before. He had a fucking old Civic and shit.
Oh, so did
he pretty much rolled his shit off. He cooked it, right?
Yeah, same as that guy.
And I was like, bro, I'm like, you can't pay for this. I'm like, you can't pay for this out of pocket. He's like, oh, I gotta try. I'm like, no, you can't. Then I think it ended up being like 8 G's for my rear bumper. Something stupid.
Yeah, dog.
So what do you do?
And then even before, when I got reversed into in my other Audi,
in the black
it was like
one.
the black one. That was like $12K.
Yeah,
it was a scratch.
That.
It was like a scratch on the fucking headlight and a scratch on the fucking bumper and a scratch on the hood. It wasn't even like.
So did you report it? Both
Bro,
times?
I always report it. You're gonna eat that fine, bro. You crazy? It's not coming out of pocket because when people try to come out of pocket, they want to take you to their buddy's body shop. All type of bullshit. I drive a fucking foreign, bro.
Or pay half.
You know what I mean? I'm talking a European car. Like, you're paying for this out of pocket. You're paying this for this through your insurance. It's going to the top shelf company to fix it.
Yeah, so mine actually, mine was just the paint, but like one clip on like the edge of the bumper like kind of came loose. But because I was driving on it, the wind on the highway started to make it worse. I started flapping. So that's why I duct taped it and I'm going to my buddies to reclip it.
If I owned your fucking car, I'd be more likely to just settle whatever. It's fine. Like, you know what I mean?
I got picked 4K
It's because
for
of the kind of car I own that I'm
you have a Ford.
There's no way.
I was like, that's
the
way
car's
fucking
expensive. My car's too expensive to take to some half-ass shop to fix it, not as well as it should be. That's all it is.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You know
and you actually have a nice fucking.
And I'm
buy your car
financing the shit. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's just like,
I get it.
It wouldn't make sense for me to like fix it half-ass.
But man, I get rear-ended earlier in the week, and then I met this bachelor in Muskoka this weekend. We're coming back from golfing on the Friday. I see our buddy's fucking in an accident up ahead. Lucky he was driving a pickup. This lady rear-ended him, and like the truck had to get towed. And for a pickup to get rear-ended and towed, it has to really fucking.
Bent the frame or some shit. What the fuck
That's
this dude?
Yeah.
Probably like broke the goddamn bed in the back.
Her car was all airbags fucking deployed, and like
you know her shit off.
So I pull over.
Did his airbags go off?
No, because there was like it was on the back end, right?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
it's about how hard the force is.
Well, like he let go and then drove to swerve around on the car in front because he saw it last minute, and he let go and like. But I pull over because this happened right away. Like this just happened. I pull over because it's my buddies, right? I'm like, fuck, we gotta like see what's going on here. And then I see I'm like, you guys all good? They're good. I look across the street. I see this car written off. This girl's like on the ground, fucking doing some shit, and no one's checking on her. So I'm like
doing some shit.
Yeah, she's like dead cold in her chest, like clearly like in some distress. I run across the fucking street. And then, because I'm like, yeah, I'm a good guy, I'm going to check on this person. Well, she was driving a minivan. I thought there might have been a kid in the car, and there was, it was written off, and I'm like, I thought I might have had to, like, drag someone out of the fucking car.
I'm trying to be a new Brandon Shelb's dog.
Yeah, that new Brandon Shelb. But I fucking go, and this girl's, like, all bloody, and she's, like, hyperventilating. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, this guy's so mad, I'm so sorry. She's like, I was like, all right, breathe. She's like, I can't, it hurts to breathe, it really hurts to breathe. So right away, I'm like, buddy, I call my buddy across the street, I'm like, yo, call me, like, an ambulance right away for her. And she's like, I was picking my kid up from daycare, and like, my basement's flooded, I'm on the worst day. But like, there's no skin marks. Like, this girl fucked on no skin marks. Yeah. Cops come after all that shit. This girl blew over. She was fucking shit-faced, like midday, picking her kid up from daycare. Yeah. And the thing is, her whole passenger side was completely imploded. Like, if there was hypothetically a kid in there, that kid's dead. Like, no questions about it. And this girl's picking her kid up from daycare on a Friday.
Let's have an honest...
She was like late 30s, early 40s.
Let's have an honest discussion about white women drinking in the middle of the day and picking up their kids. You have no idea how common that is.
I wasn't surprised.
But it's just
no skin marks. I was like, you're either completely on your phone, and you're going like 60, 70.
As a woman, you already know the rhetoric, like women can't drive, blah 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 blah. And they always say, "Oh, well, men can't drive. There's more accidents." Well, that's because we're street racing. That's different.
Yeah,
women can't drive.
We're being reckless.
Yeah, women are trying to get to where they're going normally and killing people.
Yes,
it's completely different.
Well, the funny thing is like I'm just like always me just being the fucking joker in the situation. Like where the accident happened, and right away, ambulance pulls up. It's a woman, and I'm like, oh, here we go, a woman driver. And then a cop comes, and my buddy's like, yeah, bad timing. And then right after that, a woman OPP driver pulls up. I'm like, oh, here we go, another fucking woman driver. I'm just like roasting.
How did you not know that she was gonna blow over double? Someone was gonna blow over double. You can smell them.
Man, I was more worried about my boy because we just came back from like
you took
golfing.
The fucking time to go over there and talk to this fucking bitch.
Well, I thought she was just in a panic state because she was like hyperventilating.
Yeah, we went over to talk to her. That's what I'm saying. You went over there to talk to her. She's breathing heavily. You didn't smell the liquor on her breath.
I wasn't even trying to get that close to that trash. It was COVID. No one's wearing masks.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Like at first, I was like, I don't know what to do here. Like because she's bleeding, so I don't want to get like I'm like, I'm just checking in. I was like, is there anyone in the car, kind of thing? Because I was like, fuck, minivan.
So basically, your boy got away with also being drunk behind.
No, they blew everyone. They blew everyone.
Did they?
But we had 2 tall boys over a 5-hour round of golf. Like he blew under.
Okay,
and
so,
but the funny thing was,
there's
the
no
other guy that
under.
got hit.
It's blowing. Period. Once you have any alcohol in your blood, it's illegal now. That's how it works.
Oh, you're allowed 0.05.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, I thought it was nothing.
No,
0.05 is a fucking beer, bro.
No, not for a no.
Because if you have your G over 3 years or something, fully G over 3 years, you're allowed like instead of point. It used to be 0.08. They moved it down to like 0.05.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought 0.05 is literally like you have a beer, you leave your house in an hour, you're fine. You have a beer, you leave your house in 30 minutes, you'll blow over.
Well, he had 2 beers over a fucking full round of golf.
Yeah, with 2 tall cans over 5 hours. It's basically
And he blew under.
So he did blow under. I'm just saying. I thought
because the guy in front of us that like he got rear-ended, then he bumped the guy in front of him, and he was also at a bachelor golfing, that guy. And he also blew because he was tripping, this guy. But I'm like, this guy looks like he was in the A's. I was like, this guy's probably not blowing fucking alcohol. He's probably fucking hitting the A's on the course. You could tell. One of those lights.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, both of them blew under. And I had a white privilege moment at the end of it all.
The blood out,
I had a nice white privilege moment at the end of it. Because I was like, my buddy's car was getting towed. So I was like, I have one too many guys. I had 6 mans, 5 of us to get in that escape. And I'm like, I'm not trying to like pull one too many mans in there. So I go to the fucking I go to the cop there, the police officer, and I'm like, hey sir, I'm not trying to, I was like, I need to take these guys back. We have one too many guys. I'm not trying to like get in shit. I'm like, and then he's just like, honestly man, there's 2 of us working. I got better shit to do. No one fucking cares. I'm not even watching you leave. So I was like, nice, white privilege right there. Quick white privilege moment. But do you think he would have did that if it was black people in an accident? Well, there's one Asian with us. There's one Asian for full disclosure.
Asians are white, bro.
But I'm just saying that there's full disclosure.
We'll have that once again on this other conversation. The term people of color needs to die. If you're not black, you're not a person of color. Period.
But he has Jamaican blood, but he looks Asian. No, but I'm saying he looks
I
Asian.
don't give a fuck.
Not the same.
No, that's what I'm saying. He looks
At the end of the day, when shit goes down, every one of these motherfuckers is called me a nigger.
Every one of these niggas call us niggers. See, that's crazy. I used to, growing up, I think a lot of us
blacks. A lot of us blacks.
A lot of
African Canadians.
Growing up, a lot of us niggers. I think we did endear a lot of these other POCs in that way, which is
100%.
Which is why they were allowed to use the N-word.
No, but it's different. It's different.
It's different if they're from the neighborhood or something.
Growing up, I've realized.
Maybe if you grew up with a kid from the neighborhood.
Even then, like it was like their energy, and like I'm talking about, like, you know what I mean, like I don't want people say people's names and shit, but like, you know, like guys like Arms or something like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, their energy was never to be like they're gonna grow up one day and own a convenience store and say nigger.
Who's that? Is that a guy?
Don't worry about it.
You know,
no, but I'm saying
not a black person, basically,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's not about like those people that, like, you know, hung around black culture and black people and were endeared and were involved in life.
Who's your white homie that hangs around your
life?
It's
related.
It's about
No. The guy.
Fucking train of thought here.
Finish your train.
But it's about fucking the people that don't give a fuck about black culture or black people, or get into like a heated argument with a black person. They're like, you know what, you nigger, but they want to like march at BLM or talk about people of color issues and bullshit like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's those people that this is more so targeted to. Like, you just don't rock with us. Like, you know what I mean? When shit goes down, you'll take the first exit to align with the whites that you can. So I don't, like, you know what I mean? So I don't really believe in the people of color type like terminology.
Any argument that word just might come out. You can't. You really can't.
And that's what I'm saying. For instance, okay, this is what happened. So there's this thing on Twitter. This fucking video that was made its run on Instagram now of all the Indian people at that fucking jam, and then the
Indian or Aboriginal?
No, they're Indian.
Indian,
not hi, how are ya? Indian.
Yeah, like
East Indian.
Hey, how are ya? That's an awful Indian accent. I can't even do an Indian accent. Damn.
Well, they don't have an accent.
I do Indian accent? Like a classic. No, what's a classic like?
I thought the people got killed. I thought they had no culture. How can they have an accent?
No, Indian.
I was just making a joke.
Like Apu accent. Yeah, like Apu accent.
Oh, this is Apu.
I'm just trying to think of how that Indian accent. I used to be able to do it when I was younger, probably.
Naughty.
You gotta shake your head.
Once you shake your head like
this, the head
a little bit nasally, like.
What are you talking about?
I was gonna try.
Kevin, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna attempt it.
It's like a.
We can get away with it because we're POC.
Yeah, we're POC.
You're
We can do
pops.
that. I wouldn't advise you to try to do that on camera.
Yeah, on camera.
Yeah, off camera, it's all fun and games.
Yes.
On camera, it's a whole different ball game.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like these Indian motherfuckers. No. But
don't call them Indian niggas either.
Yeah, Indian people, fucking, you know what I mean? Like brown people, a lot of them just don't have good intentions for black people.
Yes, no.
Well, what would
I mean,
they?
fuck,
Right?
bro. Like, yo, one day
They don't even care about
one day
probably their own people.
My motherfucking sister called taxi. Now, first and foremost, yeah, sure, I am in the wrong. She calls a taxi to bring her to work. I pull up while he's there. I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, I'm here, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Shit.
Oh, you said you would take her, kind of thing.
Yes.
All
right. Now, for context, I really did apologize profusely. And I did it in the most apologetic way that I could.
Okay.
And
he's like, you motherfucker, you waste my time.
Did you
bro, like, the 0 to 60 was wild. He's like, he's like, and he assumed I was Jamaican. He's like, you Jamaican, you guys think you can fucking do it? Like, you waste my, like, I come here, this costs me money,
and mind you,
bro,
through all of this, I said nothing.
Toss him a 5 and call him.
You're driving a taxi whip. It didn't cost you that much to get there anyway. What, have a Camry?
Yes.
Of course.
Through all of this, I said nothing. So he's saying this as he's reversing out of my driveway, and as he gets onto the street, he says, "You nigger."
Ooh. So what do?
Always.
Chase him?
What could I do? What could I do?
What's he gonna do? Chase him down in his car and this guy's trying to fucking brake check him or some shit? There's nothing you can fucking do.
What could I do?
Well, you could chase him and murder him. I don't know. That's not recommended, but I'm not recommending anyone do that.
Just remember my fucking story of why these Indian motherfuckers gotta go.
Gotta go. No, they don't gotta go. Come on.
Well, they gotta go with their bullshit. So
with their bullshit, I'll take that.
That post is made these Indian guys in a room, and this fucking one black guy on Twitter sees it and retweets. Probably smells crazy in there. Dog. Yo, you should have seen Indian Twitter. They're like, you dirty fucking monkeys. This is why it was so easy to capture you from Africa, bro. It was crazy. Bro, Indian Twitter went nuts on black Twitter. Like, absolutely fucking, they went fucking nuclear. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Bro. Like, I was sitting at my crib with my shorty going through tweets, like, holy smokes. Like, unadulterated, hot. Like, I've never
That
seen.
nigga was out of order, though.
He was out of order.
That nigga was out of order.
He was out of order. But if we're gonna keep it a buck,
If I spit on you, you don't drop a nuclear bomb on me. They say that
see Japan in 1995 or 1945. But the point of the matter is that, like, yo, one, that's a stereotype. Indian niggas stink. You guys stink. I don't care what you say.
It's a stereotype.
It's a stereotype that is accurate. Indian people tend to stink. You guys don't really give a fuck about your BO. I don't know what it is.
It's mad crazy.
And I'm not saying Indian people.
I
I'm
know
saying Indian
from
men.
a genuine thing.
Indian men. Because Indian women, I haven't had an issue being like, oh, they smell awful, they smell bad.
Yeah.
It's just Indian men, their BO is very strong. A bunch of you niggas together get fucking foul. These are facts.
Yeah,
get as mad as you want to about it.
Reminds
but at the end of the day, you guys are gonna go on the fucking you monkey lip nigger baboon type shit.
Man. And I know all of that is coming from the heart.
The heart.
I know
you always
all of
wanted
that
to say
is
that. And then you're gonna go home and bump fucking Tupac changes after.
Yes.
But
piece of shit.
Speaking of Indian guys, remember when we were filming downtown?
Yes,
these guys were like getting all pissed at us because they filmed this guy like I don't even know, was he like ODing or something on the fucking sidewalk? Like he was having some medical issue or something on the sidewalk.
They said he was retarded, basically.
Yeah, and then he was telling them to delete the footage of it, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, these guys are going like, delete the footage. Anyways, when they walk away, they just walk away holding hands, swinging their arms after being on top. And there was the meeting spot dying. So like, 1 second they're trying to act so tough, and then they just walk away like swinging their hands.
Ever seen these niggas walking, holding hands?
It's like, it's a cultural thing.
Like Indian niggas?
Yeah, they're Indian. French on the boat. And it was just like so funny seeing them from trying to act hard to like walk away holding hands. You're just like, wait, what?
Bro, tell that nigga to draw your fucking sacramental knife, fam.
Are you ready to drop blood?
You ready to drop blood, pussy? Let's pop off, nigga.
Yo, you think those guys would have fought if you didn't delete that footage?
Are you dumb?
No, I was thinking.
Bro, nobody's fighting black people in the streets,
You're not
bro.
fighters, so you don't realize that they didn't really have the heart in it, bro.
No,
They were-
I didn't think they would either.
They did not have the heart in it. Hell no.
And they were getting all up in our faces, though.
I've yet to be in
brunch
an
both of those
altercation.
guys myself.
I've yet to be in an altercation.
I know spiders
with
are
any
love
other
with
race
them.
and they want to fight. Like maybe white
I
people
will
want to fight,
destroy
but
both
like
those guys.
Chinese, like brown niggas, they never want to fight.
They don't want to fight.
Only white guys that had a couple too many drinks will still fight black people.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
Yeah, whites. That's one thing. White, they do stupid shit.
That
Like,
taxi driver.
they'll fucking fight an animal.
That
for no
taxi
reason.
driver was the second last person to call me a nigger.
Who's
The first last person to call me a nigger was also another brown person.
Pretends to be shocked.
Also another brown
Like
person.
I said, bro. Like,
Also
if
another-
you,
You know what?
Wait,
if you're from the GTA and you are black, you know racism comes from the brown people, the
Yeah.
Middle Eastern. Racism with white people only happens when you're in fucking Aurelia and fucking
I grew
Port
up in
Perry
Scarborough.
and the outskirts of fucking
I grew up
Durham.
in Scarborough. Most of my friends were brown in the school.
Yeah.
Most of them were brown.
I'm not being brown friends too. Fuck.
There was a lot of them whose houses I was not allowed.
Yeah, like straight away, not allowed to date the females.
And
Like
they
were
told
shit
me
like that.
Oh, straight up. We know how
And
that
they
is.
told me
The
why.
Indian hallway and J Card, them niggas only fuck with each other.
Yes. And they
You can be
told me
Guyanese,
why.
you can be Trini to date the Indian girls, but let you have fucking 1/8 black in you. So it's over.
I know a Lebanese girl where she's like she likes black dudes. I think I was telling you guys.
Yeah, but that's
the same
different.
time.
The Middle Eastern brown people will still fuck with niggas even though they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Whereas the
Yeah,
Indians
that's
won't.
what it is. Her parents don't like
Middle
it, but-
Eastern people
yeah.
are like, oh, you can't come to my house, but they want to come to your house and chill all day with your fucking family and smoke whatever. You know what I mean? Like and children of Middle Eastern, they tend to be better for that shit. But
Yeah.
Indian
A lot
niggas,
better.
I just don't understand where the hate
They're a
comes
lot
from.
better.
I don't understand where the hate comes from. Like,
actually, when I think about it, like, I actually don't have any like Indian brethrens.
My ex.
I do. I know.
No, like they're all like Middle Eastern descent, like the Sikh type brown people.
Yeah.
I don't know any.
No. East
I know.
Indian.
No, but that's what I mean.
Indian, East Indian.
No, but like what I mean by
I got it.
because there's Muslim Indians and shit too. Like my neighbors are fucking Pakistani.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Pakistan. I don't give a fuck what you say. Pakistan's India, and so is Bangladesh.
Yeah.
You were all
Yeah.
India in
Yeah.
1940.
Right.
You just split apart because you have different religions. So you're still fucking India. Period.
well, my
Right?
I do have,
in my eyes,
I do
whatever
have
you want to call it, I don't know any Indians, Sikh Indians at all. They're wrong with me. They're all Muslim Indian.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I'm saying.
I know a couple Sikh Indians from like my workplace.
You're fucking white.
No, but
Okay,
these
so
guys,
come on.
these guys, like we train with like half the guys we train with are like black dudes from Toronto, you know, and the couple guys I know at least, but they're also like we're talking like they're very like involved in like student association.
Yeah, how old are these
Like,
guys?
Yeah, that plays a part.
They are younger than me.
That's why.
Yes,
But like
that is why.
they're
Bro,
like
the heavy Indian racism thing is Indians that are like
I'm just saying not all of them
35
have
and
that.
older.
Yeah, because
5 years
my-
older than me.
So you're saying it's a
my
generational
same
thing?
It's
with
more
people.
generational because
It's not the younger Indians.
Yeah, the younger
Yeah, I haven't
Indians are
seen
more
as
in
much.
tune with black culture and
The internet kind of.
everybody wants to be black anyway. So
my
they're
age
not
of Indians,
you know
they're
what I
not
mean?
like that. But they were all more hip hop when we were in middle school, high school, and now, trust me, that's
Yeah.
all dead and done with.
Yeah, they don't do that shit.
They're all
done.
suit.
If
They're
they
all
listen to
suit
hip hop,
guys
it's like
now.
the clean version of a Drake
Right.
song on
They're
the
all
radio.
yeah. They're all looking
Yes.
like Drake and shit with the
But
beards.
yeah, to those ones in my age group, no, not those guys, but the 35-year-old guys, and definitely my brother's generation of Indian dudes, yeah, them niggas are calling us.
But I don't
niggas.
understand where the Indian hate would come for the blacks.
Well,
Like the
Because
whites are the one
I
who
know
call
Because
it.
Indians seek white approval.
yes, they
India
do.
was ran by the Britons.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah,
people
yeah,
of color,
yeah.
Well,
all
that's
people
what
of
they
color
hate.
They're occupied.
seek
Yeah.
white approval
That's what
to
I'm
an
saying. They
extent.
should hate the
Same with,
whites.
Jamaicans
Black
also.
people to the least
Yeah.
want white approval.
So
out of
you're
all
saying-
races.
you're saying
and the
Jamaicans
reason
like-
is
one of my exes,
because
she
they
was
want.
she was Trinidadian, so she has black and Indian on her side, black and Coolie.
Yeah.
Fam, like she would tell me of all the instances of straight racism from her own like blood related family. Fam, she
Like
would tell
with
me
like herself.
from the Indian side, from the Indian
Oh, yeah,
side.
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
She would a lot, bro. She would tell me a lot, bro. And
And I guess it's one of those things no one really addresses it because
one thing in
it's like,
particular that stood out to me was her aunt told her how much prettier she would be if she didn't have the black in her. So
Oof.
yeah.
that's just that's a deep dig right there. But I like why doesn't anyone want to address that? Like, is that just one of those things? It's just like it is what it is. Like, or it's just mainstream just doesn't give a fuck about it.
Yo,
Kind of thing.
fam,
Nobody likes niggas, bro. We're just at the bottom of the goddamn totem pole, bro. Just nobody.
Nah, y'all are on your way up now. Y'all stock's going up. If you were a stock, I would invest.
Nobody
it's
likes
looking
niggas,
bullish
bro.
right now.
We are unanimously hated by everybody, dog. That's just
Because you're the true
colorism
Jews.
is-
Because y'all are the true Jews. Y'all are the chosen people. No, that's crazy though. And
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
and we were talking about. I know I showed you before in that Ukraine hockey league that Jalen, I want to say Smerik. If I got that wrong, my apologies. He's a black player from Flint, Michigan. Used to play for the Gens. Once a Gen, always a Gen. And remember how I said working in hockey, how the only time I actually experienced like overt, like people talking about like being racist in dressing rooms was guys like straight from Eastern Europe. This guy ironically plays in fucking Ukraine, Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
And what happens? A fucking player, I showed you the video. I don't know if I showed you, DB, but this player during the game pretty much like mocks them by pretending to eat a banana and like making fun of us. You can assume what that fucking means. But this is like on fucking camera. Like how to ruin your career in fucking 10 seconds. It was even on ESPN.
Yeah.
And for the Ukraine Hockey League to make ESPN is pretty fucking...
yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, it's not gonna be fucking problematic because no one in fucking Ukraine gives a shit.
Nobody gives.
Well,
a
this
shit.
guy,
This isn't like the fucking.
Smear
This
guy
isn't
said
the
he's
American
gonna-
league. This isn't the Canadian league where there's gonna be pressure. Like, oh, we have to suspend him or
this
no.
guy's putting pressure on the league. He said he's refusing to play unless till the guy gets
Ooh,
suspended.
one fucking black player that's probably not even that fucking good is complaining about white racism. Like,
So you
no
think
one gives a shit,
you
bro.
don't think the Ukraine league
No.
can do shit?
no,
Negative.
and they better not.
No.
Why you?
This is fucking nonsense, bro. I'm not gonna expect Europeans, motherfuckers that damn near invented racism,
Damn, you're invented.
to start giving a fuck now. But especially about this, European fans do this to soccer players on their own teams.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give a fuck about like a guy doing it to another guy on another team, like not in jest, but to disrespect him over the ice. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, it's
You
just
know what I mean?
well with the pressure coming from the States, U.S. media and shit.
The pressure from U.S. media in the Ukraine doing what?
I'm saying that they.
Doing what though?
I guess it comes down to sponsors in the Ukraine wanting to put pressure.
What
on the-
sponsors are on the fucking Ukraine league that are American?
No, I'm saying
You think
Ukrainian
Coke sponsors them or Fanta? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Maybe.
but my point is that none of the sponsors are gonna pull. No one gives a fuck. The Ukraine sponsors are probably Ukrainian businesses that also don't give a fuck about some black guy.
But what about the pressure from the hockey community on the league?
What hockey community? The Ukraine hockey community?
No, the general hockey community, like the players that are posting.
No one
about it
cares. Who?
No
Who
one
cares? Wait,
Just people
who
in North
posted it? Wayne
America.
Gretzky?
Yes.
now. Just people in
Who
North
posted it?
America.
Did Crosby post it?
It was on
Did
like,
Gary fucking Bettman post about it?
Yes.
No! If top level players aren't saying shit, I highly doubt you can even budge.
Yes.
I don't
So you
I
think
don't
it's
see
almost on?
suspension.
It's almost on like
No.
a Crosby or some shit to bring light.
It's
to the
not up
issue.
to anybody to bring any sort
No,
of
but they
light. But
should.
I'm saying, even if they did, it shouldn't fucking matter because this is the Ukraine. It's not here. We would never even hear about this if if this little black guy didn't fucking complain about it.
Well, no, it wasn't a complaint. It was like on TV.
So?
It's like a viral video. That's why it went.
It went viral because what? Because people here thought it was crazy. And they were like, wow, look at this guy doing that. Over there, it's normal shit.
Normal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
Yeah.
a normal thing. The whole black people being monkeys is not a thing that Americans use as racism towards blacks. That is a European version of racism towards black people. You know what I mean? Like here, what do they more like to say? You're a coon. There's a fried chicken and the waffle and the watermelon.
Which
shit.
I still don't
They
get.
don't do the banana racism here. That is a European
Which I
ideal.
still don't get why Coon's racist. Where like that derives from. I mean.
Because coon originally was a term for black people, by white people, and then coon became a term that black people use against white people that the black people use against other black people that align themselves with white ideals.
So I don't understand where the term like derives from. Just Coon.
Where does nigger come from? Nobody knows. These are just words that were used originally.
No, I think there's a
something
meaning.
with wood, but like that's not why they
I
call it
thought
most
it was
slaves.
like the N word had derived with like it originally meant like king or something. Way
No,
back.
there's something about like there's a nigger in the wood or something like that. It's something to do with wood. It's about a cut of wood or something like that, or a splinter. I don't know what it is. It's a wood terminology.
True.
That's where it originated. But coon, I'm not exactly sure.
You think I can get the N word pass quick?
Why?
No.
This guy says why. Like there's a reason.
Why?
Yeah, I just needed it for something. Yeah.
No, you don't need it. Nobody fucking needs it.
No.
Nobody needs it. Why do you guys always act like you need it?
No, I don't need it, and
It's
I'll use it if I
entitlement.
want to.
That's That's why people always want to fucking use it. It's just the entitlement. They're like, why can't I use this? It's like, why do you want to use it? I know. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying what people in general.
I know what you mean.
When that argument's always there, like, why
it's
can't I use it? Why do you want to use it?
Because you want what you can't.
Isn't that racist that I can't use it?
Exactly. Their whole ideals and fighting to say it is nuts. It's actually insane. Like, why would you want to say it? If someone that's black and it's a word they say that they own and they use in their music, why would you want to use that?
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. You're bumping in your car, no one's around. You have your white friends that are just singing along, saying it. Sure. But why would you want to use it in front of a black person, knowing where the word comes from?
Yes.
Knowing that makes them uncomfortable. Why would you want to use it?
Why would you want to?
Why would you want to?
Would you let your white go? Would you let your white ghost?
I wouldn't call my fucking bitch a cunt. And I wouldn't call her a bitch either.
Whoa. I call my girl a cunt and bitch jokingly though. Like not seriously.
Yeah, like in jest here and there, but not actually.
She knows like it's fucking around. It's like
yeah, I'm not gonna be like, yo, bitch, grab me that.
Fucking cunt.
You know what I mean? It's shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't do that because it would upset her.
Yo, what's the worst thing you've said to your girl?
What first thing I said to a girl or a...
Both. A girl and your girl. Your current girl, that is.
You fucking waste of life.
I probably saw I was gonna throw off a balcony or some shit. We're
fighting the car.
We're fighting at a fucking Airbnb like
This is domestic.
That's what I was gonna throw you off a fucking building. But it's just like, that's how I am when I'm angry. Like, you know what I mean? I'll definitely OJ a bitch. Like,
OJ,
you know bitch.
Yeah, easily. That's why I tell bitches to get the fuck away from me. I'm like, why are you making me more mad? Like, leave me alone, bro.
Yes, bro.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have to fuck you up, but if you keep pushing me into a corner where I'm trying to be like away from you, I'm probably gonna fuck you up.
Yes.
So you haven't had to deal with that yet, I hope.
No, I've never put my hands on it, bro. But that's the whole thing about it. It's just like I always tell them, like, yo, like if I'm angry, like leave me to be angry. Like I don't want to fucking talk to you. I don't want to hear your bullshit apologies because you're mad. You're upset that I'm mad now. I don't want to hear it. Just leave.
Yeah. I kind of feel like you're doing this.
Just fucking leave. You know what I mean? That's just me in general. I don't like. It's not to say like necessarily like, you know what I mean, I wouldn't believe in the girl's apology because of like whatever happened in the situation. It's just that I'm mad and I understand myself. I understand my anger. So I'm like, yo, like you trying to like make me feel better, it's not making me feel better. Yeah, it's making it worse. So leave. That's all it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Women need to
it's just tough with women because they take it personally. They take everything so personally. Like, oh, well, it's not about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. That's the problem. Like, that's women's issue right there. When you take everything personal, that means that you think everything's about you, which means that you're self-centered. You're selfish to an extent.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. You know what I mean? If my fucking.
It's like that's pretty much what weddings are. It's only for the woman because it revolves around that.
Why people think say, "Oh, don't ruin my day," or even
my day. Like it's not his day.
Any of the jokey shit that like the groomsmen want to do with the fucking groom, they have to like go past the bride to see if it's okay type shit. Like fuck her.
What would your ideal bachelor party be? I was thinking that because I was at one this week and I was like, what would I even want what would be my best bachelor party? That was good because they just rented out a cottage and we had a good spread of drugs. And so I did a bit of acid. So it was a good vibe.
Traveled in a bit of acid.
But you understand? I live a lavish lifestyle, so a bachelor party is fucking pathetic to me.
That's what I'm saying. But
bachelor parties are sick for guys that have never turned up before.
But we
have never had bad bitches around.
We didn't do
pop
bitches.
Bottles and shit.
We didn't even end up doing bitches.
You guys had like the guys' weekend type shit.
Yeah, some drugs, some catered food.
That's what I'm saying.
I actually rather that. It was kind of chill.
But the concept of like the bachelor party, where like the triple type of shit like that, that's for guys that never got to party like that.
So what would you do for yours if you were getting married? What would you
like? Bro, not doing fucking shit, bro. I would just hang out with my niggas and shit. We wouldn't even do anything crazy.
Because it's like strippers for sake of it, for shit.
That's what I'm saying. We've done shit like that for kicks.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like it isn't like, you know what I mean? To have like the bachelor party isn't really. Doesn't hold the same weight.
Would you fuck a chick on your bachelor? What am I asking? That's a dumb question.
Bachelor party?
You fuck a chick married knowing you. So
probably not.
Now if you're married, you wouldn't cheat?
No, because it's gonna fuck up my bag. A bitch can take my money because I'm fucking other girls. That's stupid.
I thought you were more of a prenup man.
I'm a not get married at all guy. I don't believe in marriage.
You don't have to deal with a bachelor.
No. None of that shit. Any girl wants to be with me, though, you have to just be happy with being a long-term girlfriend. You will never get a ring from me.
Yeah, I was thinking, honestly, mine, I would just do like a boys' weekend, like a fucking fishing weekend, some shit like that. Some shit I would just want to get away and fucking do some drugs and fish. Like, I don't need like the bitches twerking and all that shit.
I honestly, even better, I'd have like a relaxing weekend, you know what I mean? Like, hit a fucking spa up or some shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, actually chill. That would be I don't need to go crazy and shit.
Because, like, I don't enjoy girls twerking on me that I don't get to fuck at the end of the night. Like, why are you gonna get me all the fucking?
Because you get fucked up.
No, I'm saying if it's my bachelor, I'm fucking in love with a girl. I'm getting married. I feel guilty.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck this bitch.
Yeah, but then why do you that's what I'm saying. Then why do you care? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I fucked a stripper at my one buddy's bachelor when I was single.
But what I'm saying is
worth it.
If you're not like, if you're getting married and you care about the girl,
yeah, you're not trying to see some chicks twerk and do this.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not about that. It's like if you're not trying to fuck the shows, then it shouldn't matter if she's working on you. Is my point. Like if you have a bachelor party because usually it's your boy who runs it for you, your best man. If he has a party with a bunch of strippers and shit, it shouldn't even matter because you love your girl. You're not gonna fuck these strippers. You just enjoy the strippers for what they are. That is what it is.
I think because
when you have that single mentality, or you don't care to cheat on your girlfriend, that's when you're like, oh, I didn't get to fuck a stripper. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think because the wedding is always the woman's day, I think that's the Bachelor has become like the only day actually for the Bachelor's really like the men so they can do their thing. Even though the women get their Bachelorette, that's the only time you really get your day is the Bachelor.
Well, it's not the point. You can't even just like stand there in the suit. Like women are sitting there like, if he doesn't cry when I walk down the aisle.
Yeah, they're like and if your groomsmen are crying when I'm walking down the aisle,
kill yourself when you walk down the aisle. So I can be sad. You want me to just be fucking filled with emotion, bitch?
There's no chick that make you cry.
If I don't, that's the whole thing. If I don't naturally feel like that, I'm not just gonna feel like that just because it's the way to feel.
Yeah, it shouldn't be in the moment. You should.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's either I'm the kind of guy that's going to react like that, or this moment brings that out of me. Yeah. If it's not either, then why the fuck are you mad?
I actually teared up at my one buddy in PEI's wedding. I didn't expect to, but it was because when they were doing it, like the fucking dad was like, he was like a stern, pretty much dude. He was like breaking down into tears, and then like seeing everyone cry, it was just like I was like, "Fuck, this is more emotional." I didn't expect it.
What a bitch!
Well, like also from the photos.
At his son's wedding.
No, it was his daughter handing his daughter off. He was handing his daughter off when he was in the aisle. He's
that's
like,
cool.
And it was like his other daughter. Well, his other his other daughter was singing, was doing the singing while they were walking down the aisle. So like he was like breaking down. I was like, and I'm like, fuck, like I'm like, this is actually pretty emotional. I didn't, I don't.
No, but I've been
pumped
too. Because like I mean, once she's married, like you've eventually gotten rid of her, right? Like the difference between sons and daughters is sons are forever, daughters aren't.
Also, for him,
daughters are gonna go to another family and have to take care of a whole other family. And they'll be completely off your shit list. Your son will always check in here and there and be like, hey,
I need help.
Hey,
can you help me fix this? We're building this in here. But also, it was on his property too, so I can imagine if that's the property you grew up in,
raise your kids on and shit.
Yeah, of course. It's an emotional moment.
That took back my fucking opinion. Once I realized it's his daughter, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that would be weird if his dad crying. Like if my dad was crying at my wedding, I'd be like, Dad, like chill the fuck out. My mom, I expect that from. Does your mom want you to get married, or she just wants grandkids?
My mom wants me to get married. My mom wants me to do anything that makes me unhappy. She's like, oh, let's make you miserable. Do it. That'll be great for you.
That's so funny.
I don't give a fuck about my happiness.
She's like, yeah, you should be dragged down for the next 18 years of your life.
Yeah. She just wants me to fucking go through what she put my father through.
So you want kids or not? You wanted kids, yeah?
No, I definitely want kids, but I've said this. I'm pretty sure I said it on the pod. I want to be a single father.
Adopted?
Yo, so would you get the girl you're
can't adopt a felon.
Pick up a little
Felons
brother.
can't adopt, bro.
Yeah, shitty.
Well, not legally.
What, when you steal a kid? What the fuck? You think it's his mom?
No, pick one up from Haiti.
From
the Clintons.
Buddy, if I'm gonna take any kid, I'm gonna take a fucking white kid.
No, we won't let that happen.
Exactly.
We have things in place to prevent that from
I know. I'm gonna go to fucking Sweden and kidnap a kid. I'm not gonna fucking take a black kid.
Ukraine might give you one, if anything. Sweden's high end.
So you can tell me to make banana gestures at me and shit?
No, honestly, I said Ukraine because my cousin was adopted from Ukraine. That's okay.
That's jokes.
But also because of that.
He's not really your cousin. He's adopted, right?
Well, half that family is fucking rape side anyways. So.
Yes.
Yeah. The respectable side of the family.
Yeah, so.
The takers.
Yeah. The entrepreneurship side comes from that side, you know? You want something, you go out and get it. That's a grandpa.
You know what? At the end of the day, like, we're all products of rape, right? Like, what was Genghis Khan doing? Like, raping, bro.
So
I said it before, like, you know what I mean?
So
People want to say it's a terrible take, but like rape was a really normal part of society up until recently.
A noble part.
Not noble. No, I didn't say noble.
Normal.
It was a normal part of
I
society.
said noble. I was like,
no, it's not noble. I'm just saying it was normal. It's mad normal.
Well,
like,
it's still
bro,
normal
it
in places of the
was, but it's not though. It's seen as like so wrong. Before it was like a mild wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Like stealing was worse than rape. Like that's what people always like. Oh, like my rapist gets no jail time. Yeah, because rape just became that bad, bro. It wasn't always that bad. So that's like it's fucked up to say.
Yeah,
but it's also because society's put this big pressure on rape being a terrible thing. But no, rape was really not that bad.
Well, no. Also,
it was like, hey, you should do it. But,
if you look at child sex offenders, they still to this day don't even get that bad of sentences.
Exactly.
That shows. That's like the worst crime. That should be the worst
Once
crime.
again, like you know what I mean, like. I said before, I'm like, I equivalent a woman being raped as the same thing as a man getting beat up very badly.
No, yeah.
Reason being, I'm not sure if I'm saying that on part 4 because
I feel like
some men get in fights, get in one fight, get their ass kicked, scars them for the rest of their life. They're pussies, they're afraid of conflict, everything. Some men get in fights, they survive. They go on with their life like nothing ever happened. And that's the same with rape.
Traumatic situation.
It can be traumatic for some, it can be traumatic for others. I'm not trying to downplay what it is.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
but I'm just saying how it relates to each gender. Now, a man getting raped is higher trauma level than a woman getting raped. Because most men that get raped barely function.
You hold that.
No, I'm saying they barely become functional members of society. They always have serious mental handicaps and shit.
Serious, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More so with women bounce back better from rape. You know this whole thing like it sounds fucked up. What do they say? What are the odds? Like 1 in 5 women you know have been raped, right? I'll tell you right now, I know like 500 chicks. She's telling me 100 of them have been raped, and a lot of women are fucking going on with their life. Mind you, all women are fucked up on a mental level to some extent, but they're not like destroyed, like staying in their home, can't date again. Yes. Like it's not like that.
Homeless because you got raped.
Yeah, and mind you, there are some, but majority of men that have been through some sort of sexual rape type shit are either A, raping again, they are rapists, or B, they're usually destroyed men. Destroyed. And the ones that aren't are usually the ones that have like a deep bedded secret. Like they never brought it out. Any of the ones that have been like, yeah, this happened to me and are owning their trauma are wrecks. But the ones that aren't, the ones that are like, you know, that happened to them, they went out with their fucking life, like probably half of the graduating class from St. Michael's in 1980.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They went on with their lives, like, they never said a fucking peep, just went on with it. They can survive. What I've learned is once men start opening the floodgates of trauma, they cannot survive.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Men are emotionally weaker than women.
Way weaker!
For sure.
That's the same reason why we get turned down by women.
We're physically stronger, but emotionally weaker.
Yeah, we're emotionally weaker.
By far.
But part of the reason why we're emotionally weaker is because we've been stunted emotionally forever to keep us violent.
Well, also,
to gear us towards violence over rational thinking.
Well, also,
that's why we've been emotionally stunted.
I think biologically, but also you got
exactly what it is. They're not meant to be violent.
No.
And now they're making us all be soy boys and talk about our fucking feelings. It's a complete drastic switch. Instead of just being a natural, like, yo, like, you're allowed to talk about your feelings and not, like, go off the rails.
Well, also, mothers have I think there's a biological nurturing. You're more likely to be emotionally intelligent when you're literally laboring a child and taking care of it. I feel like that's gonna like over years and years you're gonna be more in tune with the emotional side of things. And men were the protectors and fighters and going to war, which over generations we would become the more less emotional, physically strong beings. I think it was also that was just humans' roles for probably ever.
It's not only that, it's also the hierarchy in men, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, as a man, like, you know what I mean? Like, not as much with our generation, but the generation before us. Like, men were literally taught, like, not to cry, not to show emotion, not to show weakness. But the problem with it is that it wasn't placed properly. It was told to men as if, like, you shouldn't be that way in any circumstance.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you should be emotional around your family.
You know what I mean? It should have been said, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, don't show it around people that aren't that close to you. Because people that aren't that close to you should not know your emotional state.
Don't show it in
That's part of the problem with the social media era. Everyone knows everyone's business.
But,
like,
fam, I think we're also more intelligent to the fact that, like survival mode, right? Like, all right, so, like, taking, like, if there was no law or whatever, like, you would never show anything. You would never give up any information about yourself. You would never be emotionally vulnerable with anyone.
No.
For violence, right? Because we're bred for violence now.
Yeah.
Right? So, but also
and labor.
For business as well, bro. Yeah. This is very true in terms of business.
Yeah, when you get emotional business, it ruins the business.
Or sports.
Yeah, I literally just went through that shit myself.
And for business, up until what, the fucking 60s or 70s, or it's fucking even still now, we are tasked with business, right? So,
it's true.
Or labor.
I think there's a lot of very big, like, and
it's not just like situational and like growing up. It's like actual in your work, everything. That's one of the reasons why women are shitty businessmen.
That's crazy.
Women.
Yeah.
That's what I said. They're shitty business because they're too. I'm not saying that they can't do it, but because they tend to get emotional, and it fucks up the business. You can only be emotional in business when you're at the top. Because all those big CEOs are dickheads. They'll yell, they'll get emotional, they'll fucking do all type of shit, which you're not supposed to do in business. because you're trying to reach to a certain point before people know how you're emotionally set up.
Would you rather female boss or male boss?
I'd rather have no boss.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'd definitely rather have no
autonomy.
boss.
Because I was saying, I'd rather an intelligent boss.
No, it depends,
smart boss.
It depends on what we're doing.
That's true too.
It's more intelligent.
That's true.
No, it doesn't. It depends on what we're doing.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what we're doing.
Like if you're going to
because
war.
like, I had no issue having like female teachers all throughout school. Like, and I wouldn't have thought if I had male teachers, I would have got the job done better or something. You know what I mean?
No.
And
Female
not to say that I've had,
yeah.
but once again, like because I've had a lot of
A
interaction.
female boss, you have a chance she'll never say
But if
nothing to you.
it's something like I don't know.
Once again, I've like most of my fucked up teachers were women, so I like. You know what I mean?
But also, what was your best teacher, man or woman? Mine was a man. Mine was a man.
My two best teachers were both males.
Mine was a man too.
Women. So like for me, Miss
had some good
May,
women teachers too, but
Miss
my
May
best
was the
was-
first teacher that like knew I was smarter than my parents. And she was like, she was trying to put me into like, she wanted me to go to gift stage, she wanted me to be skipped a grade, all this shit. But the school was like, we're not skipping this nigger. Are you stupid? Fucking dumb.
We have a great program for him post secondary called Jail.
Yeah, as I say, called school to prison pipeline.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got it.
We
We got something for his future. Don't worry. It's got a serial number and everything.
Yeah. Don't worry. At best, he'll go to the trades.
Yes.
Yeah.
If everything goes well, with a father around, he might go to the trades.
institution number. No, but like you know what I mean. It's one of those fucking things. Like I've had a couple of good teachers, but like, the female teachers that I've had that have been bad, like the level of how bad they are was definitely detrimental. But like to me, the situations, if it was a guy, wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Like when I was, for instance, when I was in kindergarten, I went to this private school. I can't remember what it was. I was lying about some shit. It was like a private school, like hoity-toity. My parents were fucking religious. It was a private school under their religious umbrella. Yeah. It's not like, you know what I mean, I went to fucking Beckford Academy or some shit. Although the school was called an academy, it wasn't like that. But I remember I got to an altercation. I was mad, I was upset. Having temper tantrum or some shit. This fucking teacher locked me in the washroom.
Oh, wow.
I would shit all over the floor.
It's kindergarten class. I had a washroom in there. I can't remember how long. It was a few hours she locked me in there. But the point of the matter is,
solitary confinement for a kindergartner is never okay.
A male teacher would never do that.
No.
A male teacher would just like gain control of the situation in a different manner.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like that's something that like a weak woman would be like, oh, let's lock this away and like
don't think about it. Out of sight, out of mind.
You know exactly, right? So like it's situations like that where I'm like, okay, like a man would have been better for that situation or would have handled that in a more rational way. I think. Like you just be like,
psychopath.
You just be like, yeah, just go to the office, bro. Like
that's why you should never have churches running schools.
Hey,
we'll end it on that note, actually. Well, this Thursday is Reconciliation Day. I'm off work.
On next week of Native News.
No, but seriously though, anytime you mix church with school, it always ends up with either a broomstick up your ass or a genocide. So
I mean, the Middle East is the perfect example of that.
Cheers. All right, follow me, Cringe Kev.
What about the Jack's Veteran still?
Are you changing it to Sarah?
No, I have my music account. It's gonna be completely separate.
What's it called? Just in case.
It's my K-Tray page.
No, how do you spell it? We got DB_visuals 4.
Oh yeah, KTR 3Y.
Jeez.
3Y.
K-Tray.
Yes.
Looking like an ashtray.
Yes.
We out.
Is that racist?